I have bad news and I have good news. First of all, this is Pick Central, brought to you by the good folks at Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey. Sometimes life can get serious on us. We always need an excuse to let loose and have some fun. And when the Fireball comes out, the vibes ignite. Nothing gets a party going like some Fireball whiskey. It's about flipping the script on life and turning everyday occasions into ones you'll be telling stories about for years. Fireball takes every occasion to the next level, whether it's at the bar on a Friday, watching football on the couch with friends, a tailgate. There's no night like a Fireball night. Their iconic cinnamon flavor tastes like heaven and goes down easy, making it the ultimate crowd pleaser. It's the #1 shot in the United States of America. Their small 50-milliliter nips are perfect to ignite a pregame, a tailgate, or a day party. Plus, no shot glass needed. Just crack it and knock it back. This football season, ignite your vibe with an ice-cold shot of Fireball, your presenting sponsor.
We said
Pick Central.
When you're at a bar.
Yep.
Because some people don't like tequila, some people don't like this. Let's do Fireball,
It's
and
the perfect
everyone's
grab
like,
around
I'm in.
of shots.
Yeah, everyone. It's the best shot out there.
I've got bad news and I've got good news. The bad news is the building that houses Barstool headquarters is falling apart at the seams. The pipes are bursting, the ceiling is crashing down, and it's chaos and anarchy. The good news, and this is great news, and it's pretty much emblematic of the world we live in right now. The only person really affected by this, the only desk that is soaking wet, that is getting dripped on, is that of Marty Mush.
Yep.
You were literally the cartoon kid that walks around with a little rain cloud hovering above him.
And Mincy's condoms got wet.
Yeah.
Your condoms got wet.
My box, it's unopened. No, there's been a box of condoms going back since Carabas was sitting by there, and I hate to disappoint the fans, but obviously I haven't opened it. So
Because Mitzi's been raw dogging.
Raw dogging,
yeah, clearly. But I got a little puddle by my desk too.
Yeah, I can't sit there.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw my breast, Brandon. I got a full puddle.
Oh, yeah. The third floor doesn't really exist to me.
Okay.
And that's where you sit. So
Yeah,
I
we're above you, but beneath you.
exactly right. Yes. Thank you. Way to go, Ebo. That's fantastic. All right. So we got that. We are falling apart here at Barstool headquarters, and it is what it is. Maybe that'll teach some of y'all to clean the fucking mess around your desk.
I'm going to look at myself on that. Mine's definitely piled up right now.
All right. College football is coming. It is one day. I think, to me, this is a happy day because it's the last day I have to.
It's good. It's a happy day.
It's the last day last weekday. Well, not really. I guess we got a couple more.
Yeah, because you still got other.
Yeah, I still got 3 more weeks. But I don't have to bet baseball tomorrow, and I'm so happy.
Same.
I'm so excited. Do y'all want to get rid of the 3-a-day limit? Just bet what you want, or the 3-a-day minimum. Just bet what you want. If you come in, you want to bet one play, you bet one play.
You're the only person that doesn't follow it.
I know. That's why I want to get rid of it.
I just think it's because then you could just win. Like if you just bet one.
Right. Then you could. Then you could win. Doesn't that sound pleasant?
I'm fine.
I guess I just don't. I like the 3 because I never bet less than 3 a day.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
I know Big Ev's the same way.
He is, and I am too. But I especially like tomorrow night college football. I'll bet 7. Yeah. So and then Saturday I'll bet 20.
You're gonna bet so much, yeah.
Yeah. So
Saturday, my board's gonna be ridiculous.
It's almost like in shifts, 3 or 4 different days: the early, the afternoon, the night.
it is a cliche, but do you love the board on Saturday?
Yeah.
I think I like it. I don't know if I love it.
I think I love it. I think I talked myself into loving it. I think I liked it at first. Now I love it.
Yeah, I think I like it.
I just spent the morning kind of going through, like, I always go through, I'll circle a lot of games I like, then I'll kind of dive in each more and see how much I like them, and I ended up loving them.
The danger, you know what the dangerous ones are? The ones you have no feeling or you don't like early, and then like come Saturday, you all of a sudden love it.
See,
that's the scary one.
See, for me though, in my experience, I feel like those are the ones I usually win.
Those are the ones you're sharp on.
I always feel like I've always said this. I think I'm sharper closer to game time. I think I see it clearly. Closer to kickoff.
I outsharped myself last week. Remember last week when I was just sitting here saying why you should bet Northwestern every day? Yeah. Every day I was saying it. I was saying Nebraska's to show us they're a bad team. And on Saturday I woke up and I just had to bet Nebraska.
See, and I was the opposite where I was on Nebraska week and I woke up and I stayed with it, but I like locked in the pick and I was like, this is not the right pick. This is not the winner.
It is tough when you go against like your first instincts and flip. I don't know. That doesn't go well a lot of times.
There have been a couple of podcast announcements. I was gone yesterday. I want to thank Ben Mintz for hosting. I did the Brandon Walker College Football Show Monday night and last night, and my voice didn't make it Monday, so I had to conserve my voice and my throat yesterday, and that meant sitting out this show and barely plugging into the yak at all. So hopefully my voice is better, because we do record the Brandon Walker, or not the Brandon Walker Show, which we do. We also do it gets confusing, man. We do the Barstool College Football Show at 3:15 today. We record that for Saturday, and for the first time, and this isn't a big deal to y'all, but I kind of like it. We're going 9 places this year. The Barstool College Football Show is going 9 different
and we're announcing them all up front.
And we're announcing them
Never
all.
done that.
When we record today, we will announce it, and Saturday you will see exactly where we're going.
The whole board, everything.
9 places.
That's exciting.
And
I've heard there's some awesome schools you guys are going to.
And well, some awesome, some not so awesome. TJ, we're going to some great places.
I'm excited.
And if you were to look at Saturday when the show comes out, if you were to look at the schedule that we got, if you were to look at the college football schedule and try to guess where we're going, you're not getting it right.
Yeah, no, for sure not.
You're not getting it right.
Throwing some curveballs, huh?
We're throwing some multiple curveballs. So it's exciting. We record that later on today.
How many do y'all usually travel to a year? Like, what, 9 seems very high.
I feel like every year it's kind of gone up like 1 or 2. And obviously we had the COVID year. We didn't at all.
Last year, 6 maybe?
I think 6, yeah.
Well, where did we go last year?
Last year we went to Knoxville.
Yes.
We went to Michigan State.
And Michigan State.
Did we go to Wisconsin? No.
No, we didn't go to Wisconsin
Virginia
last
Tech.
year.
You went to Chicago. You went to Chicago, Wisconsin.
And then
Virginia Tech.
Yeah. And then there was a...
Dude, Army Navy got
go to
canceled.
Army Navy, so
they got
maybe we went to
canceled.
5 unless we're missing somebody.
Army Navy was in New York.
Oh, we went to Indiana last year.
Yes, Indiana.
Indiana was fun. I went bowling.
I got hammered. I was sloppy drunk.
Bloomington, Indiana, hell of a town.
It beat the shit out of me.
Hell of a town.
It is.
We had
Ever been there?
Yeah, it's fun. We did a show there.
They officially slid up to 1, maybe 2 probably 2 in my power rankings. All those we went to.
Well, Madison's way up.
Madison's my 1, and then Bloomington I think is my 2 now.
Madison's way up there. Now, we didn't give Ann Arbor like a fair shake. We went in and went out.
So before you were here, we went and did like a full weekend there.
Yeah.
My first year. And it was a good time. I just think it's spread out, even though it's a big college.
And then we're going, and we'll probably add a couple more to the Big Ten rankings to rank up this year. So, all right. There's been some podcast announcements, and one of our first discussion points is going to be about this podcast announcement. Actually, I'll go backwards. I'll let Marty do his thing first. Marty, you announced the other day you've got a podcast coming, Round Ball.
Yes. What do you think about the name?
Huh? I like the name. It's very similar to when and hopefully yours suffers a better fate. When I was trying to think of all these clever names for the wrestling podcast, I was like, just name it wrestling.
Yeah.
So just name it Round Ball. It's perfect.
Round Ball is like
it's
so
good too.
kind of.
I like the logo as well.
Yeah.
Logo.
I think people overthink names. Round Ball's perfect.
Yeah.
Round Ball. You'll have Hunter Dickinson. You'll have Bohannon from Iowa. He has a first name.
Jordan.
Thank you very much. I wanted to call him Jerry. I don't know why, because he's a quarterback for South Florida. And then you will have big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau.
Yes. So, I just want to. I mean, that's a pretty cool.
I think it's a good logo.
The logo
That's a nice
good.
T-shirt.
The logo looks real good.
Shout out Triggs. Triggs is the absolute best. Okay, so real quick, I have a new podcast, Bench Mob. Basically, Jake kind of said he didn't want to work with me and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to do my own one because I love college basketball, so I don't want to just sit out on it. I got Dickinson and Bohannon together. Dickinson is still at Michigan, if anyone didn't know. He's one of the best players in the country. I asked Rico, I said, hey, do you want to be part of my podcast or do you want to stay with? So I asked Rico. I didn't just leave Rico in the dust, as everyone was saying. He said he wanted to stay with Bench Mob because they had a sponsor or whatever. I said, sure, do whatever you need. I needed someone else. Yeah. It wasn't more of a shot at him. It was just I know Nadeau. You all know Nadeau knows basketball.
Yeah, he does.
For sure.
He does.
For sure.
And I was like, okay, like I need someone else that's credible because I'm the least credible person. I'm the crazy fan. So then Jake, I don't know if Big Cat might have said something like maybe it's not worth your time doing it. So Rico was left kind of by himself on it. So I invited him on. And I also invited him on still today He's allowed to come. I want it on any matter what. So I don't think I did anything wrong.
No, not in this case. No.
No.
It seems like you've handled it diplomatically.
Yeah, this one I was upfront with everybody. I was like, hey, I want you on the podcast. Hey, and also it'd be one of the biggest podcasts if he did it with Nadu.
It'd be huge, yeah.
But I just don't want anyone thinking like, oh, I did this to throw in Rico's face. Like, no, I asked him like 10 times to be on it, and then I think it just kind of got screwed.
All right, so there it is. There's your side of the story.
I just needed to let that one out.
All right. In a perfect world, we do Pick Central every day with Rico sitting there and Jeff Nadeau sitting there, but they will never allow that perfect world to happen. It would be fantastic because I think they both know sports and sports gambling, but we're not allowed to have nice things. So second podcast announcement is leading to our discussion. It was Roan and Patrick Beverley, who just got traded to the Lakers, one of the lightning rods in basketball, one of the lightning rods in sports. He'll say what he's feeling, and then Patrick Beverley does the same thing. So you've got those two guys. That's coming. It's going to be an NBA podcast here on Barstool, which leads to my question.
Yep.
Here's your discussion question for the day. If you could draft an athlete from sports, if Barstool said, we want to do a podcast with you and X-athlete to do a Roan-type Pat Bev podcast, who are you picking? Ja legitimately just folded his arms and did this and like
Damn, that's good.
he did the cartoonish fucking let's get ready.
Phenomenal question.
It is.
So if you had to, if you could draft any athlete to do a podcast, everybody thinking about it?
Patrick Beverley honestly is like one of the top picks.
He's a good pick.
Well, after the kind of the rant he went on ESPN that he was willing to just say whatever, I think it had to be towards.
And like, I don't want anyone saying fucking like LeBron because LeBron would be horrible.
No, I get what you.
I need someone who's going to like legit give us.
I think LeBron would be pretty good.
Obviously,
but
he'd be good, but it's like he's not gonna like Patrick Beverley's gonna talk some shit.
Okay.
I think Draymond would be really good. I know he does a podcast,
but
he's cut from the similar cloth.
Y'all are just going NBA though.
I want.
They were just off the top of my head.
I'm Baker Mayfield. You know that would be a good podcast.
Marty and Baker.
But a quarterback, I don't think he's going to give you what you want day to day. I need like
You need a receiver who's going to bitch.
A receiver, like a backer, maybe like a safety.
Like Tariq Hill.
He does do a podcast.
What about Antonio Brown?
That would be a good one.
Almost might be too off the rails.
Mine's is a little.
OBJ? Who's yours?
Mine's is just because the voice thing would be hilarious if it was Patrick Mahomes and me. I would love that. I think that would be fun.
Patrick Mahomes is a decent.
I just think that Patrick Mahomes wouldn't open up about things.
No, I know, but I'd be able to control the voice
yeah.
thing and who's talking, and I just think there'd be like a funny.
No, yeah, for sure.
That all that dynamic.
You need that, like,
my point.
And also, do you think that we're ain't going to be anywhere like because this is the closest we're going to be to LeBron and Dave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's crazy. Obviously, you got traded to the Lakers. Like,
there's only one layer of separation now.
So was the podcast? I think Dave said on the Portnoy show they were going to do the pod before he got traded.
Yeah. He just got.
That's the Barstool. I mean, Brandon talked about it before the stuff that happens to Barstool, man.
Crazy. But I think and Roan's fucking is perfect.
Oh yeah, he's great. Za, you got an athlete.
So I was thinking Roy. I don't know if you remember him from soccer. Roy Keane,
Roy Keane is who I was thinking.
Manchester United commentator.
Yeah, Manchester United.
Him. He would be good. I can't think of any other soccer players that are.
I can't think of any other soccer players either.
But yeah, Roy Keane is my.
See, I keep going to basketball players because they just seem to have the most power in their sport, so they're allowed to be the most outspoken.
Yeah.
Like in the NFL, you really can't like just speak out. Where in basketball, they kind of can. As long as
Kyrie would be an electric time.
Kyrie would be something.
It'd be a great.
But the problem is Kyrie would show up, and you'd be like, all right, Kyrie, did you see the Celtics Sixers game the other night? He'd be like, there's so much plastic in the world.
Yeah, it'd be like it wouldn't be an NBA podcast at all.
Right, he would just talk about whatever. When's the last time you thought of Cabbage Patch Kids?
Yeah, man, this Earth is getting flatter by the day.
He just would do whatever he was going to do. I don't know. I think mine is cheating. I would go CM Punk. He's a wrestler, and he talks mad shit, and I would love to. That would be awesome. CM Punk would be my guy.
I do
The
like.
Rock would be my ultimate, but The Rock is like LeBron. Like
I do love though. Like obviously, I guess it's like Busting with the Boys kind of started it. Like just active players talking, because obviously the old players are fun. That's great and stuff. Like JJ Redick's doing a great job, but the in-game, like after, like if when Draymond sucked and he had to go on his podcast, like that's what's awesome.
Yeah, and Patrick Beverly, you know, he something happens and he like flies to ESPN to get on every single show to talk shit about Chris Paul.
Yep. And now it's going to be with us.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
You know who I think is sneaky? I don't know how much you guys have heard him talk. He's young, but it's very funny. Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
good.
He lets it fly a little bit.
He's good.
I think he'd be
He
funny.
literally say it's like basketball, but he's just good at it.
He's the number one pick.
Yeah.
And he's
He's
good.
playing great, yeah.
He's really
He's
good.
been a lot better than I thought he was going to.
I didn't think he could shoot.
Yeah, he's really
And he's
fucking good.
going to be like in 3 or 4 years he could be a top 15 player in the league.
Yeah, I don't think
Great
that's
actor,
crazy to
too.
say.
Definitely showed it, flashed it. This
Yeah, he was good in the Adam Sandler movie.
Right? He was the best one in that movie.
That doesn't speak much for the movie.
Nope.
Though. Okay.
The movie was decent.
It was-
decent.
it's
It's a good Netflix
You're
movie.
bored, you can watch.
What you got, Ebo?
I was going to say, if you want a sneaky podcast, it wouldn't be a sports podcast. Maybe a little true crime podcast. Maybe a running back from the NFL, O.J. Simpson, maybe. He's probably got a lot of stories.
Oh boy, if I could get, can we get?
A lot of stories.
If I get OJ to admit it,
Number one on the podcast charts forever.
Come on.
I mean, he did write.
about the
he did
glove.
write the book.
if I did it,
If I
First
did it,
episode, you just bring gloves to it.
You gotta go,
try these on.
go recruiting Shreveport. He keeps popping up at golf courses.
he says it. He admits to it like 30 minutes in the first episode, and the podcast is over. You don't have anything
We have
left.
the biggest episode ever.
The SWAT team just pulls up.
Episode 4 is just him talking about his golf grip.
Oh, fuck.
I might turn Ebo's mic down. Ebo's not a loud guy, but he was shouting at me just now. That's okay. That's okay, Zah.
If you saw O.J. Simpson, would you say something to him?
I would get a picture. I would. Yeah.
I think I would too.
Yeah, I would be fine. Listen, man got away with murder. Okay, whatever.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, he
Ray Lewis, absolutely.
not quite, not a little different, but
He's got a statue.
well, yeah, he does. But you know, I mean, OJ was like in cold blood.
Yeah, that's true.
Ray's was at least in self-defense. There's some murky waters there.
Yeah, OJ's was like, he was.
OJ hid in the dark and fucking cut him to pieces.
Literally chopped their heads off.
Right? Yeah.
I
Allegedly.
gotta really watch that.
What?
I gotta watch more of that documentary.
Yeah, you do.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, no, I gotta watch more of it.
Y'all didn't live through it. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, Brandon.
Literally when we were born.
So where were you in life when the OJ stuff?
I was in the 11th grade, and I remember they announced it at school, and it was
What year is
people
this?
were in
94?
95.
Or 95?
Well, 94 it happened. 95 it was the trial.
I started watching the Woodstock documentary last night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Just feel like I had to throw
You're
that.
saying
out.
The 99 one or the
99 one?
69 one?
99
Oh, the disaster. Okay.
Yeah.
I think they've all been disasters in some way.
The 99 was like, they were literally like playing in shit,
Yeah.
thinking it was mud.
I'm surprised we didn't have a one in 19 for the 50-year anniversary.
I believe they tried to, and it fell through.
Didn't work out.
Also, if anyone else is loving documentaries, there's one on the Barstool Sports YouTube about a monkey mauling a woman's face off.
Travis the chimpanzee.
It hit some wave a couple months ago.
That was back when you were shitting gold.
Yeah.
Marty put something out there. Oh, everybody freaks out. It's Marty. It's fantastic.
Oh,
That was filmed in like summer 2020, I think.
yeah, it was filmed a long time ago. And hey, it hit a wave on YouTube. It's got like 300,000 views now.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh well, careful. They'll cancel it if it gets that many views on YouTube.
Do the next ad, Brandon.
That felt good, didn't it?
Oh, I'm getting elite at that. I drop in about 2 an episode now. The Barstool Sportsbook is coming to Kansas this football season. Register early with the promo code KSLive and get $100 on launch day. By registering early, you'll also be entered to win a VIP prize package to attend the race. Don't miss out. The offer expires this Thursday. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 in partnership with Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway. Kansas. Look at me. Why am I in the middle there?
That's a funny one.
I have
Is
never.
that a Michael Bishop 7 jersey?
I don't think I have ever been in the middle of a Barstool Sportsbook launch graphic. I don't know how Kelly in Vegas got there. I forgot she still worked here.
She's from Kansas.
I understand that bit, Ben. That was the.
Okay. Either way, is that Michael Bishop 7 K-State? Is that the?
Yeah, probably. No. I mean, unless they. No, it can't be.
Wasn't that his number back in the day?
Yeah, but unless,
Big white arms.
yeah, he's got big white arms. Unless they photoshopped his arms.
No, I mean, I was saying the jersey.
Klein wasn't 7, was he?
I don't know if Klein was 7. What would Klein be holding up? Is that a bowl trophy? That's not a Big 12 championship trophy, is it?
Could just be a bulge.
It's the Barstool Sportsbook trophy.
Well, yeah, it is. Okay.
Maybe Klein was 7.
Klein probably. It would have to be Klein, right? Who else would it be? It's not Skylar Thompson.
Who cares?
Shut up, Marty. Shut up.
Who cares who that is?
Yeah, we're getting another state.
He was 7.
So that's Colin Klein.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw that man's big white arms and thought that was Michael?
I just thought 7 Bishop wore 7. Was all I thought. I was just doing the jerseys.
After watching the Teo, I totally forgot that he was the same year as Manziel.
Yeah.
Like the 3 was Manziel, Teo, Colin Klein, and were the Heisman finalists.
Teo got dangerously close to winning that Heisman, by the way.
Yeah, he did, and he had no business.
None whatsoever. Like,
He had a phenomenal season, but
take the documentary, take the Lene Kakua, take all that shit out. There's been middle linebackers as good as Manti Te'o in college football that didn't get in the top 20 of the Heisman.
He could have been like he had business being like the Bednarik,
Yeah.
that conversation, but
It was
the
just because
Heisman,
they
no
died
way.
in the same day. That's
Yeah,
literally it.
it was-
Obviously, he was really good, but
Great player.
a lot of the balls
he
have fallen right in his hands.
Well, I was gonna say that too. He ended up having like 6, 7 picks. I think that
7.
that kind of just like fell to him as a middle backer.
But he had 1 sack and 7 interceptions.
It wasn't the strongest year for the Heisman, though. I went back and looked after the documentary. There wasn't anyone putting up like crazy big
Who was
numbers that year.
who was 4 and 5? I think I looked this up the other day.
I mean, Manziel had a huge year, obviously.
Like Jarvis Jones from Georgia was in the top 10. I remember that. There were a couple SEC defensive players in the top 10
So we had Marquise Lee,
from USC.
yeah, and then
Okay.
Braxton Miller was 5th.
Yeah, and that was Braxton Miller was like freshman or sophomore. He was young.
like sophomore maybe.
That was when we thought, oh, he'll win it next year,
yeah.
and then it never really happened for him.
Well, he was good, and then he hurt his shoulder the one year, and then he kind of was just like, I'm not gonna play quarterback in the NFL anyway.
Finish that top 10 for me.
It went Braxton Miller, then Clowney as a sophomore,
Davian Clowney.
Jordan Lynch from Northern Illinois, Tavon Austin at West Virginia,
Electric.
Kenyon Barner, and then Jarvis Jones.
Kenyon Barner. There's a name. There's a couple names in there that are lost to college football history.
Oregon had such a stretch of good backs. Like in those trivia questions, you always think it's the same like 2, 3 guys when there's like 6 of them.
LaMichael James, yeah.
There's like DeAnthony
Anthony
Thomas, Kenyon
yeah.
Barner, Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oregon was fucking good.
really
Chip
good.
Kelly, yeah, I mean, he had.
It's amazing he came back to college football and has just been average. I thought
Maybe this is the year.
when he got back he was going to light shit on fire. You think when a guy goes to pros, it didn't work. Okay, when he comes back, he's going to be ready to roll, but it just hadn't really happened for him. So
I feel like he was like ahead of the curve on the spread, and then now everybody runs it.
Matt Rule is the next Chip Kelly, right? Matt Rule is the guy that's going to
Oh yeah.
fail out of the NFL and come back. He'll be at Nebraska next year, or he'll be at
Yep.
Auburn.
They're gonna have a good year this year.
I
Yeah,
can
you had to catch yourself.
Yeah.
I can see the Auburn. That's interesting.
Yeah, Matt Rule at Auburn and Matt Rule at Nebraska. That's my prediction. Or Dan Mullen, Nebraska also makes a lot of sense. All right, where are we at?
I did bet Baker plus he's 80 to 1
To win the MVP?
MVP, and then I did take the 1100 to win the division. The division's not the craziest thing.
I think it just said
If the Bucks
are just really good.
an injury goes, you have no idea.
How do you get eligible for comeback player of the year? Well, like, would Baker? Is Baker?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So it's
sure.
So it's kind of an insult, right?
Yes.
It can be.
It's like,
or unless you get hurt.
if you got hurt, sure. That's who should win.
Well,
the
we'll see.
But if you win the comeback player of the year and you didn't get hurt the year before, they're saying you fucking suck.
Yeah, you were bad.
Right.
It was for him, but they would try to pitch it as the darling. Oh, last year he played through the torn labrum.
Yeah.
This year he's back. He played great. He got the Panthers in playoff contention. Blah
Oh my
blah
God.
Why are they talking in that voice, by the
That
way?
send chills.
blah. And
down
that's the
my-
way they would. That's the way they would pitch it after shitting on him for a whole year.
Chills down my spine, Big Ev.
The Dodgers have won their 90th game of the year.
Jesus, did they?
Yeah, September hasn't gotten here.
Holy shit.
Dodgers have 90 wins. If they go 27-7 in their last 34, they break the wins record of the 2001
You
Mariners.
could absolutely do that.
That's not crazy. 27-7.
No one's really talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it. Remember when, and I know you guys, but when the Yankees were off to that hot start in the first half, that's all people talked about.
Everyone was. Yeah.
Everyone was talking. Now the Dodgers are actually doing it, and nobody's really talking about it.
I think people are, one, West Coast, two, just numb to it because they've been winning 100 games every year for the last,
They've been good for
however many years. Yeah.
They won the division 8 years in a row, and then last year the Giants won it, even though the Dodgers won over 100 games. I mean, we're talking about the 10th year in a row they've been.
It doesn't make sense. Like, these guys, obviously, they're really good players, but these guys go to the Dodgers and become better baseball players.
Yeah, but then they also get top-level guys, too.
Yeah, like they have, like Trey Turner, I honestly think Trey Turner is like the best player in baseball.
At what?
Like, in every, like, 5-tool player.
Mike Trout's alive.
I understand, but Mike Trout's hurt a lot. Like, Trey Turner's never hurt.
He's up there. I would say he's definitely up there.
Speed, and, like, obviously Mike Trout's the best player, but when he's not playing. But,
Does Turner hit for power?
Solid power.
yeah, like nothing. But, what's it
I
called?
bet he's got 20 homers this year at least.
Like, Andrew Haney has a sub-2 ERA, and he was the worst pitcher in the world last year. Justin Turner was okay he was pretty good on the Mets, and then he's just a superstar over there.
Trey Turner stats this year, he's batting .308 with let me go to Baseball Reference. I hate that Google thing that pulls up. He's batting .308. A lot of ads on my phone. .308 with 18 home runs, 86 RBI, 21 steals. Yeah, he's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty
He's really good.
That's pretty solid.
Pretty fucking good, yeah. That's a good player. It's a solid
That's
baseball
every
player.
year.
Yeah. Now Pujols getting to 700. September 1st is tomorrow. Last month of the season. Last month of his career, maybe, probably, yes. Does he get there or not? He has a left-handed pitcher on the mound against him tonight.
Do you think these are juiced?
That one is, because I couldn't do the trick earlier where you pop it up. So that one's juiced. That one's a bad ball.
But do you think?
I would, if baseball could step in, I would like for them to juice Pujols balls for the rest of the
Me, Carl, and Rico were talking about that weeks ago. I hope they do it.
Like,
I kind of think they are.
You can believe it because remember when they did juice the balls and like then there was some juice, not juice, they didn't tell anybody. Like that is a thing that they will definitely do to get more ratings.
Baseball's such a game of cheating. In our lifetime, we've had juiced humans, juiced bats, juiced balls,
Corked bats.
We have the pitchers, with Vaseline all over their bodies. We got everything.
Pine tar.
Everything you could do to cheat.
The
They will
Astros
do it.
like video to like
They got banging on drums.
it's the biggest cheating sport in the world.
It's not bad.
No.
It's encouraged.
And every friend's like, yeah, keep doing it. Like steroids, yeah, we want steroids.
Yeah, no, I'm against Barry Bonds having the home run record. I think it's bullshit. But you know what? For his last month of the season, let's just feed Albert HGH for breakfast.
Let him do it.
Let's fire him up. Let's have him. Let's just a bloated mess by October and see if we can get 700.
Just pitch them tennis balls.
Pitch some tennis balls. Put in some fucking pitch.
If you're a no name pitcher,
Yeah.
and and he's up and it's $6.99, throw it down the middle. You want to ever be named in a trivia question? It'll be you.
I'm trying to think. All right, so McGuire was Steve Traxel. That's who he hit 62 off of. Who did Bonds hit 756 off of? Was it Baxic or something? I don't know how to say his name. Okay, nobody.
Jeter
I don't
has
remember.
3,000s off of David Price.
Nobody gives a shit about Jeter.
Did you see the picture of Clemmer and Tank at the Mets game last night?
Can I see it right now?
Doing the book.
Clemmer,
I love that.
Clemmer, by the way, me and Clemmer are the same age, but he is a 75-year-old man.
Clemmer's
Clemmer's a 75-year-old man.
I didn't know he was 42. I had no idea.
He's literally my age. I'm 43. I've already had my birthday. His birthday's coming up.
And that is two people at the Mets game that, oh my God.
Clemmer's a shockingly good time. By the way, sick jersey on Clemmer yesterday. He had a Tom Seaver throwback jersey on.
I love the Coke right there. It's just I saw Tank just carries salt packets in his
Yeah, he has a salt packet purse.
Got it?
You didn't know that?
No, I saw it yesterday.
What's that?
He has a fanny pack. All that's in there is salt packets.
What is the point?
To salt
The
things.
salt things, man.
Put salt on food.
Wow, to carry. Wow, that is dedication. Okay.
I love.
It was like smelling.
By the way,
installed for.
Mintz has been eating good and working out for 3 weeks, and now he can't fathom putting salt on food.
I like salt on food. I love throwing the salted
No
mozzarella.
sugar, right? No sugar.
The salted mozzarella is good stuff.
Don't start talking like them. Don't start talking like them. That's bullshit. We say mozzarella.
Okay, salted mozzarella.
Yeah.
Mozzarella.
Who'd you hear from, Stu?
They said it in the delis in Jersey and Hoboken is what got me saying it.
Mozzarella.
What do you want? Mozzarella?
That's what I just said.
Disgusting.
What do you call it? Mutz?
Mozzarella.
Yeah, mozzarella.
Yeah.
That's what my mom called it my whole life.
What else do you call? What's the ham? Little prosciutto ham?
Prosciutto.
Okay, y'all say everything bullshit.
If
It's
anyone,
literally for me. It's literally just the way my mother said it. My whole
anyone in the world says the Italian, like, that's fine, whatever. But if you say ricotta, I'm done.
Rigot.
It's ricotta.
That's why it's what?
Ricotta.
Rigot. Yeah.
Like,
It's
that's
not.
what
It's
it is.
ricotta.
It's not ricotta. Like, ricotta's actually, that one pisses me off. Everyone else, you can say mozzarella.
This is why I stopped watching that Giada girl on Food Network. She overpronounces all her Italian words.
Ricotta. It's just ricotta. If you say, "Can I get some ricotta with that?" It's like, ugh.
Well, first of all, why would you ever ask for ricotta with that?
With mozzarella, with pasta, it's so good.
It's good in lasagna.
Great in lasagna too.
Yeah, little baked ziti with some rigot.
I was staying at Nick's dad's house a couple of weeks ago while my house was
What?
complicated.
Was he there?
Yeah, there were cameras everywhere too. It was weird. Anyway, so I was staying there, and it was on the Upper West Side. Well, it's actually at the beginning of the Upper West Side. It's like on 57th.
Oh, so he's rich.
He does okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, very nice building, very nice apartment. But I was eating Italian food from these Upper West Side restaurants. It's so good.
So good.
It's so goddamn
Like
good.
New York, the food really is incredible.
Where we are,
The
Too
worst.
commercial.
shitty.
It's too commercial.
Worst.
But you go up like 30 streets.
And Soho.
life
You need to get in like a real neighborhood.
Your life
We're not in a
changing.
neighborhood here. We're just in like the
Soho's got great.
We're like in a
restaurants,
Walmart.
too.
yeah, just 7th Ave. Yeah, just that's why all the delis here aren't good, or most of them like the fresh gourmet, blah blah blah.
I have college football questions. TJ, would you like me to read an ad right
But
here?
first, an ad.
Okay. See, I know what he's
Never
talking
had
about.
this many ads usually. That's why
Well, they're getting in the Brandon Walker business.
Well. They probably saw me as like, we need ads on that show.
Okay.
See college football
I'm
shit.
gonna say it has nothing to do with football season starting. I'm sure.
Someone got upset.
No.
Somebody's got some ads.
Why do you keep saying the actual answer, Ben?
Like he. Did you think I really thought it was for me or no?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No.
Tell you what you can do at football, though. If you want to take your tailgate into overdrive,
Go Foaling.
bowling.
Yes, sir.
Bowling is one of the hottest new games, taking over this world, taking over the tailgate scene, taking over outdoor games, period. Za's got the bowling ball right there. I went bowling yesterday. And okay, Za, we got it. You don't have to – you're not mocapping for a video game right now. Although –
It's good form.
you know what? Never mind. Keep going, Za.
That's a big old bonk right
Za,
there.
give me a stiff arm. Give me a stiff arm. Give me a Heisman. There we go. Yeah. All right.
Heisman.
I need Za to bring Lil Lamar back. that was great. What a segment.
I can watch this all day. All right, Za. Thank you. Bowling is a rowdy matchup of football and bowling. First team to knock down all 10 of their opponents' pins wins. Look at me in my Jurassic Park shirt. Been living out of storage for a while. Don't have any shirts. Born at the Indy 500 in 2001, bowling is wildly popular in the Midwest, where it all started. It's taken the nation by storm. It's anyone's game. You can have a tight spiral, a granny roll, underhand. You don't need to be a quarterback to win. It's easily stored with latching boards. The set comes with everything you need: 20 weighted pins, 2 boards, 1 football, pump, and endless fun. Upgrade your tailgate right now. Use code BARSTOOL20 for 20% off and free shipping on a bowling set at playfoaling.com. That's playfoaling.com. Who's confident heading into this weekend of football?
Me.
Why are you confident? You didn't say yes, and I didn't say yes.
I'm still in the process of feeling.
You
up
had
for
a
it.
good Saturday the other day.
Yeah, I did have a good
Confident in betting or your team? I was thinking betting.
I was thinking betting too.
betting.
Betting. I do feel good.
Yeah, you should be confident in your team. You're going to win by 4 touchdowns.
I hope so.
Ohio State's going to beat the shit out of
I'm a
them.
little
I
scared
really
that
hope
it's
so.
like it's almost.
The
so
more and more I
obvious
think
that-
about it, the more I like Ohio State. That one.
I'm taking Ohio State too, but it's like I feel like actually the public you said yesterday was like all over
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
You know it's going to rain in Mississippi Saturday night?
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I don't know what to think of the Ole Miss Troy.
I actually had a guy DM me saying, like, I think he's not biased to either program, saying that he loved Troy.
Really? Why?
It was 22.5, and it's come down.
He was saying Troy's defense is supposed to be very good, and that Lane Kiffin didn't sound like overly confident, and I don't know.
He's bullshitting about that quarterback. The quarterback's going to be good. Jackson Dart's going to be good. Sucks. But he is. So we have that coming up. Here we go. Thank you. Let me get on my right page. That's why I write things down, folks. Which top 10 team is least likely to be out of the top 25 by October? Or most likely, excuse me.
Most likely.
Which top 10 team is most likely to be out of the top 25 by week 4?
I gotta look at the top 10.
I have to think of their first 4 games.
I think the answer.
I saw your video, the one you said.
No, I said Texas A&M at the end of the season for.
End of the
For
season.
this one, I think it might be the Pitt Panthers. Pitt opens up with West Virginia. Then they have Tennessee coming in. They could start 0-2.
Yeah.
They could start 0-2. I think they're going to lose to Tennessee. There's your teams right there. And, of course, I would have to give you the schedule and stuff. Listen, I think Utah's losing this weekend.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Utah, I mean, if they lose, they probably will be out.
I think Baylor's going to lose at BYU week 2.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think Baylor's there are teams, everything after 3 feels overrated to me. Every single team outside of 3 feels overrated, which means nobody's overrated because there's nobody really to put there. The most solid teams up there, I would say Michigan's probably solid.
Michigan's got an easy schedule.
They have an easy schedule. They play nobody in non-conference. They play Washington State, but they play them at home.
Their first 3 games are a joke.
Yeah, they play Colorado State, Hawaii, and then Washington State.
And UConn.
Or UConn.
Jesus.
And then it's
Put together
Maryland.
that schedule.
Like, that's horrible.
Well, I'm confusing. They don't play Washington State. Wisconsin plays Washington State. I was confusing them, I think. They don't play Washington State.
I mean, they're obviously they don't. They're that's the easiest schedule in the world besides Ohio State.
It's easy, but their defense.
They've lost a lot.
Everybody thinks they're just going to reload on defense. Well, they not only lost all their players, they lost their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They lost everything over there. And they're in a conference. They're going to play good quarterbacks. They're going to play Peyton Thorne, who's good. They're going to play. They got a road trip to Iowa, which is not a good quarterback, but that's a tough ass trip. They play Ohio State, C.J. Stroud. I think that's a loss easily. They play Talia. They're going to play good quarterbacks. And I don't know who wins the Big Ten West.
I've been thinking about this a lot.
If you asked me the other day, well, I said it many times. I said, coming in, I think 5 teams can win it. The only 2 that can't win it are Northwestern and Illinois. Northwestern immediately upset that. Nebraska, I didn't pick them to win, but I had them in the mix to win it. I got Minnesota winning it, but maybe you just default to one of the teams that are more solid. Like Wisconsin's solid every year.
I was almost kind of defaulting to Iowa.
Yeah.
I was leaning that way too.
I think Iowa's going to win it 2 times in a row, though.
I don't know. I mean, it's
with
just,
a bad quarterback.
No, I hear you. It's just such a coin flip. I'm not confident in saying that, but I think realistically, I think it's going to be one of the Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I think one of those 3.
Iowa was a big turnover luck team last year. I feel like that's
very good point.
In the teams that have trouble repeating are the teams that win on those really random things like turnover luck, really good in the red zone. Purdue is a very sneaky team. They got a returning quarterback.
Yeah.
Great defense.
I got odds up on it right now. It's Wisconsin plus 125, Iowa 3-1, Minnesota 7-2, Nebraska 6-1, Purdue 7-1, Northwestern 33-1.
Nebraska has better odds right now than Purdue.
That's crazy.
They've lost a game already.
Yeah, I guess Nebraska was probably 3-1 before they lost.
Question. The answer finish this statement. The top blank teams in the Big Ten are in the Big Ten East. Is it 4?
Could be.
3 or 4.
I think it's 4.
Could be 4.
I think it's 4. I think it's Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State.
Penn State, Purdue will tell a lot.
The more I've looked into Penn State, the more I've been thinking I might have underrated them this offseason.
There are some.
The more I've dug into them, I think they're going to be a little better than I think the line is. I'm starting to almost tuck myself into the Thursday game being ratty.
There are a number of teams that have been so quiet this offseason and there's not much going on. People really shit on Sean Clifford, and Sean Clifford's not great. Mm. But when he got hurt, that team fell apart last year. He had 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Like, he's not great. He's not sexy. There's nothing exciting about him, but I don't think he's going to beat you. And their defense could be loaded, Penn State's. So, I don't know. I think Penn State might be one of those quiet teams. Oklahoma's another one, which I haven't really given a lot of credit. I keep looking around the Big 12. Is Texas going to win it? Is Oklahoma State going to win it? Is Baylor going to win it? And Oklahoma's just sitting right there with Dylan Gabriel and a new offensive coordinator and Brent Venables. I don't know.
Playoffs.
I don't think that.
Oklahoma's, I think, is going to win the Big 12.
Yeah, but I think they might. I think the Big 12 winner might be 10-2 this year.
No, that's entirely possible. I've been high on. I think Oklahoma's going to be good.
Now, I have 15 transfer quarterbacks. Let's knock it down to the top 5. Are you ready? Caleb Williams, USC. Spencer Rattler, other USC. Quinn Ewers, Texas. Dylan Gabriel, OU. Jackson Dart. Keaton Slovis, Pitt. JT Daniels, West Virginia. Jaden Daniels, LSU. Bo Nix, Oregon. Casey Thompson, Nebraska. Adrian Martinez, Kansas State. Cam Ward, Washington State. Jaden DeLoria, Arizona. Michael Penix, Washington. Emory Jones, Arizona State. I'm sure I missed a couple. But those are around the top 15, in my opinion. Who are the best? Obviously, Caleb Williams got to be one, right?
I have no problem with that at all.
Now, I'm saying this because I noticed something last night. If you go through the AP top 10, how many teams have a transfer quarterback this year?
I think just Pitt.
They're not in the top 10.
I think.
They're 17 or something.
Yeah.
Why'd you throw me out before you said that they were going to be that you thought Pitt was the team? What was the question you said earlier?
I was confused by that. You said what
top 10 team is going to be out of it.
Did I say Pitt?
Yeah, you said Pitt.
Oh, I fucked that up. I fucked that up. Excuse me. I fucked that up. You just
so none.
There's one. Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right.
Oklahoma. Dylan Gabriel. 9 out of the top 10 teams have homegrown quarterbacks.
That's very interesting in this day.
It really is.
Especially with the transfer. That's.
But will it end up like that is the question. So Alabama, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Ohio State, Clemson, DJ Uiagalelei, and on and on and on. Stetson Bennett, on and on and on. It's homegrown guys. You got one top 10 preseason team with Dylan Gabriel.
And they've done it before.
This is
obviously a whole new makeup, but still.
I think that's an interesting wrinkle. Because there are some transfer quarterbacks knocking on the door right there. I think number 11, whoever it is, has a transfer quarterback. Oregon, whether it's Bo Nix or it might be Ty Thompson. They haven't said who it's going to be yet.
I mean, of the names you said, I think there were 4 that stood out to me.
Caleb Williams,
Rattler, JT Daniels, and what was the other one?
Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel was the 4th.
Quinn Ewers doesn't make that list for you.
I mean, he'd be in the top 5. Like, he'd definitely be the next guy.
I think he makes it for me. I think he's going to be great.
Oh, we're going to jerk off Texas together.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Him, I just think is the toughest because he's the only one we haven't truly seen.
I'm kind of done saying I don't know if he's going to be good because I haven't seen him, because Bryce Young last year we hadn't seen, C.J. Stroud we hadn't seen. They were incredible.
They're always good.
Well, this is what I'll say. I think so.
There's so much around him, and look what's around him.
It's fair. I think after seeing Stroud, how much he improved from early in the year to the end of the year, that's my only pause with Texas, because I think he's going to go through some of those growing pains. I mean, he's going to play Alabama his second start. I mean, that's going to be a nightmare.
You got to not judge him by Bama with those.
And I won't judge him because
I'm
sure he will be good, but I just think it's going to take him some growing pains this season.
Go ahead, Marty.
I just think that I think playing Alabama that fast is actually going to help Texas.
Like an iron sharpens iron thing.
It's like when
I don't know if it's going to help them, but I
don't know. I think it's like it obviously going to put them down a little bit.
They're going to catch an ass whipping.
That's what I'm saying.
But think about if they're. I think this playing these shitty teams, and then all of a sudden you get Alabama, and you're like, oh fuck, they got to be ready right away. And then after the rest of that season, they know they have to.
Those Big 12 D lines aren't going to seem tough after.
Yeah, they played the best. So
I think the best case scenario is you go into half, you're down 35-7. And then
that's best case scenario.
And then second half, Quinn Ewers puts it on, throws a couple touchdown passes. You lose by
against second team defense.
You lose 14-21.
They got to lose by 21.
I mean, listen,
or less.
That game's not about Quinn Ewers. That offense, that defense isn't going to be able to stop Bryce Young and Alabama.
Not even close. But when they go 11-1 though, after that,
do y'all know what the perfect digital wallet is for sports bettors?
I'm going to guess it's Skrill.
Thank you very much.
I love
Immense.
Skrill.
That was actually the perfect guess. Skrill is the perfect digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for us. Sophisticated gamblers like Marty Mush, like Ben Mintz, not like Big F. Use it to manage their bankroll, whether they're playing games like poker or betting on their favorite sports. They manage their bankroll using the wallet, which allows them to pay instantly and securely. It's payments without limits, basically. You can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. Let's just say Skrill is the perfect digital wallet for sports bettors, so it's a no-brainer to create your free account right this instant. Make sure to sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. So, as we speak, Pick'em is being recorded in the Pardon My Take studio. Dave, Dan, Rico. Will Rico be here tomorrow?
I don't think so. He should be, and just sit there and don't say a word, but he should be.
TJ, do we have the ability? Okay. Oh, okay. Look at that.
He's smiling.
Well, it's also an hour into it, so.
Think they've turned around a little bit? What the fuck is Dukes doing on that show?
He's the new record picks guy.
They needed someone that
Dukes?
They-
Essentially, he's designated idiot.
Yeah, they like the guy who's bad at it and they can yell at him and he'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dylan went out greener pastures.
Sad eyes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, as a bald man, I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure.
I had some guy, because I posted a picture on my Instagram story this weekend from a wedding, and I had no hat on. My hair looks fantastic, by the way. I'm going to come in here one day without a hat. Can a bald man tell me I have bad hairline? Guy DM me said, what a horrible hairline. He's bald.
I think I can because actually
I don't think you can.
I do have a better hairline than you. I lose hair in different places.
No, that's
I
bald.
but my hairline is stronger than yours.
Well, it's nothing to do with you. Don't get it's not me.
You're taking personal
This is a guy who DM'd
But I'm
me.
saying you're taking I think if my hairline is better than yours, I can say your hairline.
Well, let me
stinks.
say this. Can a fat guy tell you that you're fat if he's fatter than you? Could Doug's tell you that you're fat?
See, I think fat guys there's like a mutual thing. Like you just don't.
You know that? Yeah, okay.
Like listen, we both have eyes.
Yeah, but
We both-
hairline and
we both
bald
see
people
what's going
should
on
be
here.
mutual then.
We both see what's going on here. Like
Hairline-
there's no need to point it out. We
Hairline
get
and
it.
bald should be mutual then. Be like, hey, you're going to be me soon.
I think bald guys are always recruiting. You ever had a bald guy say, just go ahead and shave it off?
Yes, every
And-
bald guy's told me
You
to.
should.
Every bald
I
guy
feel better about it. It's like, no, I don't want
See,
to.
because for me, when I did like a year and a half ago, and my hair was so short already. I could have just played the game if I wanted to, but I was already getting like a 1 with a low bald fade, so I was like, I might as well.
But like, your look looks perfect being bald.
Well, that's what made it easier too. I was already like pretty much there, so I was like, why not just scalp the top?
You know, you and I are very ugly, right? Both of us.
I mean, we're not the best looking.
Could you imagine being bald?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
The one thing I have that's you have good hair. I have decent hair too.
Yeah, we're holding on to our hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Just imagine
It's the-
what
and it's the
just imagine
worst-
what Marty's going to look like in 2 years.
Oh, God.
Is your dad bald?
Yeah,
Like my dad's not bald.
My dad's dead.
he's dead.
It's true.
before this gets dropped,
My dad's got way more hair than me.
Brandon, I have 2 quarterbacks to bring up in that discussion real quick. Quick thoughts.
Bald quarterbacks?
I want the Rattler thing.
Okay.
I want to know because people are all over the map. I'm still that he needs to prove it to me. I do think South Carolina could be a favorable situation, but I just look at all the. And granted, Lincoln Riley had a lot of NFL quarterbacks. I mean, Mayfield, Hurts, and Murray all starting doing well, but doing bad there when everyone else has done really well. I still have some concerns on Rattler, and then also I'm kind of talking myself into Bo Nix having a decent year at Oregon. It's fine.
Oh, man, you talk about fucking. You talk about Quinn Ewers having to face Alabama in week 2. You imagine going to Oregon, getting out there, getting a new offense, getting everything, and then your first game is going to fucking Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
You think like that's why I left to get away from
to
these
face,
guys?
to face Georgia. You've had to do it your whole career, and I bet they give you nightmares. Now you got to go do it again. I don't know. There's something about Oregon that kind of stinks to me this year.
I don't know. They've got a lot of O-line guys back. Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, I always kind of liked when he was at Memphis and Norvell, but we'll see.
And I go opposite with you on Rattler. I think Rattler's going to be fantastic. I
Oh,
don't
he's
know.
gonna be so good.
I don't know why I think this because he doesn't fit the profile of somebody I would usually like. Somebody who had a job, didn't really do well at the job, lost the job.
But he did well at first. He did phenomenally well.
He had a good year 2 years ago, so he's
But then,
done it.
but you got to remember also there was even times when they were pulling Caleb Williams out for him.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think him and Caleb Williams are that far apart.
Yeah, I think he's. I like Rattler, South Carolina, and South Carolina is like one of the perfect spots to go. 'Cause they've got a young coach, they've got momentum, they've got energy, it's a perfect place for a transfer quarterback to land. Because if you go 6-6,
Fine.
they're going to be fine. They're not going to hate you. They're not going to throw you out with the bathwater. They're going to be all right. They're still going to be around you. It's not like going to fucking Oregon. Like if Bo Nix goes 6-6, he's a joke, and he better move back to Auburn.
I will give South Carolina. Beamer's brought an energy in there. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Big cock energy.
Bo Nix isn't still
Yeah.
around, is he?
Oregon's starting for Oregon.
What?
Yeah, he's Oregon's quarterback.
Yeah.
Bo Nix?
He started as a freshman. That's why he's been around forever.
Yeah,
He's becoming the Aaron Kraft and the.
He's
and,
one of them, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of them these days with the COVID year.
Bo Nix is.
The other day, about Nkosi Perry's just still playing.
Yeah, FAU. Just
Has been around forever.
starting at Miami like 3 years ago.
Yeah, he is. Nkosi Perry's been around for fucking ever. Who else? Oh, Tanner Morgan in Minnesota forever.
I love a good no research on college football. You get surprised by things sometimes.
The transfer quarterback thing is wild.
You literally get to learn things every day.
Every day. Like
And that's
Bo
just-
Nix being on Oregon.
Emory Jones, Arizona State's pretty.
Bo Nix
nice.
doesn't fit in Oregon.
I say Emory Jones doesn't fit in Arizona State. He's going to look weird.
He's going to look like Bo Nix isn't cool enough for Oregon.
Bo Nix is weird. He was better last year than people.
He
gave
was.
him.
I was gonna.
Oh, he was.
He
He was
makes
pretty good.
plays.
Bo Nix is meant to be on like a Southern team.
No, I don't think so. I think he might be meant to be
Bo?
a Pac-12 team because he makes these plays where he runs around and does everything. But if you're playing Georgia and Alabama, eventually you're just going to get knocked in the ground.
Assaulted.
Yeah.
I think you can do that against Cal and Stanford. I think
That's true.
we might get some good Bo Nix highlights this year.
I love a good, but
'Cause he's a sneaky highlight guy.
yeah.
He played against Texas A&M a couple years ago. Where
There was the one last year. I remember the fourth down play. I forget who it was against.
Or a bunch had LSU. They had
Nuts.
LSU win. He had a bunch of.
against A&M, he dropped back and they blitzed him and he rolled all the way to the right and then ran all the way back to the left. Ended up scoring in the opposite end of the end zone. Ebo, you look confused. You okay?
I was just doing some research on like the oldest quarterbacks back here, and Sean Clifford's 24.
Yeah.
Nkosi
Perry, I looked him up. He's 24 too.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a 24-year-old quarterback. But it's the COVID year. It's everything. It's everything. How old is JT Daniels? He's been around at least.
Like he was a starting quarterback at Georgia in like 2018.
Yeah, this is at least his
2019.
fifth or
USC.
sixth year. So
USC, yeah, USC. That's what I liked so much. He was at USC with Graham Harrell, and now he's the offensive coordinator at West Virginia.
yeah, yes.
Jesus.
You learned that one too.
I'm talking myself into West Virginia being kind of good.
I'm
Big
betting
Ev's
them.
been there for a while.
I know. I mean,
just-
Neil Brown's pretty
If
solid,
JT
good underdog coach.
JT Daniels is either gonna make me look really smart or really stupid.
They're like 18 to
One of
1
the-
to win the Big
one or the
12. I
other.
might take a flyer on it.
You know what? It really is fun going all in on a team before the season, and you go, whoa.
What's Eddie doing here?
It's disrespectful by him.
To be here?
Yeah.
I think he works here. I didn't know he was going to be here though.
Is it something for surviving Barstool?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a surprise?
That's probably the reunion show.
Reunion show.
Probably the reunion
Okay.
show that react to the results tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Very good. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right. So picks. Ben Mintz
Last
is-
night of the month.
Trying to blow it.
Ben, it's going to be hard to blow.
TJ
it.
was stunned. I asked me for my picks. I don't think he thought I ever was the
Yeah.
first one.
You sent them so early, I didn't scroll up. Huh? Speaking of which, what about the Fireball effort pick of the day, Brandon? You got a pick?
Oh, I sure do. The Fireball effort pick of the day for me. There's nothing better than rooting for a milestone in baseball. Albert Pujols facing a left-handed pitcher tonight. Albert Pujols to hit a home run tonight. 695 plus 335 on the Barstool Sportsbook app. Ebo, why not? It's the effort pick of the day.
Yeah, do it. Also, Orioles money line, Gunnar Henderson, #1 prospect, come up tonight. Him to homer too.
There you go. Just go ahead and ruin the whole thing. There's people around here. Zah, get your people in line back there.
I'll take care of it.
All right.
So I think with that on your card, if you go 3-0 and Mincy loses all his picks, you would win. I think.
Sure.
I think it's possible.
You're down.
Ev's right in there too. Ev's at almost plus 8 units now. I mean, Ev's been known to break late.
All right, go Ben Mintz.
All right, I got a few. I took some more underdogs today. Can we pull them up?
Have you ever won? And this is not a joke.
I won June. I crushed.
No, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Have you ever won a month and been positive on the picks?
I've won 2 months total.
Over 500 on the actual
I
picks.
think I was over 500 in June, but it was the parlay was what I wanted.
I thought you won it because of 40-unit parlay.
30. That helped. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
43.
So you
Took all
you're
underdogs.
about to win a second month by and not be over 500 on the picks.
Yeah, I take underdogs in baseball. I get plus money. The strategy is taking plus 150s and plus 180s and stuff. That's kind of the.
I'm not hating.
Oh,
on
no. I mean, that's the strategy. You know,
All right.
you get money back.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I got a few today. I took the Pirates plus 225. I got the Rangers plus 116 with Martin Perez. He's been good all year. Giants is a home dog plus 123. Dodgers against DeGrom, but plus 140 is just too good a price. And then I'm taking the White Sox at home laying a run and a half against KC.
You already saw mine. Marty Mush.
I got the Yankees minus 1.5. I'm parlaying all of these tonight as well. Astros minus 1.5. Orioles plus 150. They're calling up people now. They're all excited. Dodgers just because. Red Sox. Phillies minus 1.5. The Phillies are getting smoked by the Diamondbacks.
Big F.
I'm on the Rangers money line that starts at 2:00. I'm on the Dodgers as well. Same thing. Most profitable pitcher to fade in baseball, Jacob deGrom. The Red Sox money line and Evo. Add the Orioles to my card as well. Throw them on the card.
Let's go, Big Ev. Let's go.
Throw them on the card. The Orioles. When did we become an Orioles show?
I had been thinking about the Orioles, and then he said that they were called the guy up, so I was like, fuck it. They almost made my list.
Who are the two guys?
Gunnar Henderson and then DL Hall got called up, but he's on the
Gunnar
practice
Henderson.
squad.
Wasn't DL Hall like up a couple weeks ago?
Correct, but it was like a spot start. He's permanently on the roster now.
Okay. All right. Good for him. Good for DL Hall. God deserved a break.
God bless him.
What was Gunner's name?
Gunnar Henderson.
Good name.
Yeah.
Good name.
Going to be a superstar with
Like
that.
Gunnar
name.
Henderson needs to be a star player.
What position does he play?
It's a shortstop, but I think they're going to play him at second base.
Surprised we haven't had a star Gunner yet.
Gunnar Henderson sounds like a relief pitcher.
Remember Gunnar Keel?
Yeah.
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
5-star
Gunnar
Yes,
quarterback?
yes.
Indiana,
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hopped around a lot.
All right. The Yak is up next.